Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Gabrielle and I'm a senior in high school. And today I have a tutorial for how to make the hand warmers. I also have made matching leg warmers, so if you're interested in learning how to make these, I have another tutorial up on my channel that you should definitely check out. Alright, so let's get started. The materials that you're going to need for this tutorial are some sort of yarn. I'm using the Lions brand yarn and it's the Pound of Love, so I have a lot of it. But you don't need much for this. Literally less than a ball of yarn will work. And then you're going to want 2 crochet needles, 3.75 millimeters and then a 4.5 millimeter. Of course you want a yarn needle to weave in the ends. And last but not least, scissors, of course. And yeah, that's all that I used. So let's get started. Alright, so to make this, we have 2 parts basically. So we have the ribbing on the bottom, and then we have a bunch of rows of half double crochets, and like a hole, which I'll teach you guys how to do. So to start, we're going to make the ribbing part, and we're using our smaller hook. I'm using the 3.75 millimeter and make a slip knot. If you don't know how to make a slip knot, you basically wrap the yarn around 2 fingers and make a cross over the top, and then go under the first loop and pull the second loop through, drop everything but the tails and pull it. Then tighten it onto your hook, and we're going to chain 5. Then we're going to make 4 single crochet because we're skipping that first V next to our hook and moving into the second one. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. Repeat that, so go into your next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both loops. So when you get to the end, you should have 4 single crochets all the way down the chain. Next, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to make single crochets all the way down, but only in the back loop. So if you look on the stitches and the V's, we're going underneath just that top loop and making single crochets. So pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Only into the back loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Repeat that all the way down, and when you get all the way down, you're going to chain 1, turn your work again, and repeat. So you're going to do this until you have 24 rows. So far we've done 2, and I'll meet you guys back. So this is what mine looks like so far. You're going to want to make sure that when you wrap it around, it is like nice and snug to your arm. It can stretch a little and you have like plenty of room to take it off. Then, once you're there, we're going to switch to our 4.5 millimeter hook, and we're going to insert it into that last loop and chain 1. Then we're going to make half double crochets into each row across the top. So there aren't really exact places that you're supposed to half double crochet, just try to make it spaced out evenly, and you should have 24 half double crochets in total. I like to make 2 half double crochets in each valley, if that makes sense. So like I'll go into there and then I'll go into this lefter part. So I have 2 stitches in each little valley. To do a half double crochet, simply yarn over, then insert your hook, then yarn over again and you'll have 3 loops, then yarn over and pull through all 3. So yarn over, go into your stitch, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And then I'll meet you at the end. Alright, so it should look like this. And now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and make another row of half double crochets. And this time you don't have to go into the back loops, you can go through both. So find the next hole and yarn over and go right into it under the V. Yarn over again, pull through. You'll have 3 loops and yarn over, pull through them. Then find your next hole and do that all the way across. And then you're going to chain 1 again, flip your work, and do the same thing until you have a total of 8 rows. And then on the 9th row, we're gonna do something a little different. We're going to half double crochet all the way across, except for not in the last 3 stitches. This is gonna start the hole that is going to make room for our thumb. If you have a bigger thumb, then I'm a 17-year-old girl, maybe you wanna skip 4, but we're going to end up doing a single crochet around, so whatever space you leave, we're going to also add another row in, so maybe do like 1 extra than you would think. I have to say I did start initially by skipping 7, and that was way too big for my thumb, so maybe somewhere in between 3 and 7 would work for you. So half double crochet all the way across, leaving some stitches that would make room for your thumb. Okay, so I have 3 left, and I'm finishing my last half double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and then work my half double crochets in each stitch all the way to the end of this row. So that's what it looks like. When you make it to the end of the row, go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and half double crochet all the way to the end. I'll meet you when you get to the last stitch here. Alright, once you've made it to the end, I'm chaining 3, but you need to chain as many of the stitches that you skipped. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to start our next row, so chain 1 just for the starting of the next row, and then half double crochet the 3 stitches or however many stitches you skipped down to the start of the actual row. So that's my chain 3, and then to attach it, I'm just going to start half double crocheting across into the actual stitches. So that's what it should look like, and just continue half double crocheting all the way to the end of the row. And then when you get to the end of the row, chain 1 and turn your work and do another row of half double crochets. And I ended up doing 3 rows total, so I'll do this row all the way down, then another one and another one. And yeah, so I'll meet you guys after you have 3 rows total, counting from here. Alright, so this is what mine looks like. As you can see, I have 3 rows from the top of the hole. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to sew it closed. So for my last one that I made, it looks like I would wear it on my left hand. So I'm going to make this one for my right hand, which means I would turn this inside out. Yes. So to make it for my right hand, I'm going to make it look like it's for my left hand. Because when this one's inside out, it looks like it's for my right hand. See? So we have to make it the opposite. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and chain 1, and if you make it look like it's for your right hand like this, then flip it over, and we're gonna single crochet across the top to close it or sew it together. So I'm gonna stick my hook through the first 2 stitches on both sides, and then pull my yarn through, and then I'm going to complete my single crochet. Then I'm going to go through my second row of both pieces and single crochet, and then my third row, single crochet. Then I reach the hole, so I know that was 3 rows tall, so I'm just going to go through just this half, not through both, and single crochet down the 3 rows. Then on the 4th row, I'm going to attach again and single crochet that closed, and repeat all the way down with 1 single crochet into each row. And then when I get to the ribbing, going into each of the 4 ribbing stitches and single crocheting them together. Then I'm going to chain 1, pull my yarn up, cut it, and pull it tight. Then we have 2 ends that we'll have to weave in. Next, if I move this inside out, I can see that the hole doesn't look very cute, so we're going to take our same hook, make a slip knot, and then we're going to make single crochets all the way around our hole. It doesn't really matter which stitch you start in, just attach it and make single crochets, 1 in each row. I like to make 2 single crochets in the corner stitch because it makes it more round and it doesn't make it super tight on your thumb. And yeah, so just complete that, going all the way around the hole. And when you get to the end, we're going to insert our hook into that first single crochet and make a slip knot. So just pull that yarn straight through both loops, chain 1, pull it up, and cut that off. And now we're going to just weave in our ends. So flip it inside out because we want our ends, if anything, to poke out on the inside. Okay, so with our yarn needle, I'm actually just gonna do both of these at the same time since they're really close to each other. Thread your needle, and I like to just weave my ends in right through the ridge that I created with my single crochets, and then pull it through and cut off the excess. Turn that inside out, and then what you're gonna do is make another one, and make sure that when you're sewing it, you make sure that you sew it on the opposite side. That way that ridge that forms will be underneath when you wear both of them. And my hole definitely has a little bit of room and it's perfect size. It shouldn't be too tight on your hand, and it goes about this far on me. And I'm gonna go ahead and teach you guys how to add the little bows on the front that I like, but those are optional, you definitely don't have to add them. I make a slip knot, and this is with my smaller hook, and I'm gonna go ahead and chain 35, and then pull up your yarn, cut it off, and pull it tight. Then I'm going to weave in my ends, which is quite hard to do when it's on a chain. Alright, so once you make that, we're going to put her on, that way we can see exactly where center is going to be, and we have to shove this through our needle. Oof, don't worry, it will work. Okay, so my center is about, and I like mine probably in the 3rd row. And pull it through. So I went underneath 2 stitches because I couldn't decide which one was more in the center. And then just go ahead, tie that, and make a little bow. And you can kind of shape it however you want. And that's how mine looks. So repeat that for the other hand warmer. Don't forget, I have matching leg warmers that would be super cute to wear with these, and I really hope you guys were able to follow along and enjoy the hand warmers. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, and make sure to subscribe for more super cool tutorials from me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought in the comments down below.